Hey guys, welcome to another 1v1 live commentary. This is going to be a Protoss versus Terran on Habitation Station. Pat had not a question, but he thought that because of the Korean sounds that I've turned on, well, here first. I turned on Korean sounds because it's basically like playing without audio. It forces you to use the minimap because, like, if I hear you're under attack, I don't actually know what that sounds like in Korean. So I only know I'm under attack when I look at the minimap. Um, I like it because, I mean, having game sounds is just kind of a crutch, and so playing with a different language just removes that as a crutch. I also really like the way Templar sound with the Korean sound, so it was just a good decision all around, I thought. Hope it's not too distracting. I wasn't trying to be like pretentious, like, oh, I'm playing with Korean sounds, blah blah blah. Like, no, it's just, I like it. I like it, and it serves a purpose. It serves a purpose. But what that led into is Pat was saying that he thought I was smurfing when I was doing commentary, and I actually play on my normal account with my normal MMR all the time. My unranked and ranked MMR are almost identical. I actually think my unranked MMR is generally higher because I play more on it, and that's just kind of how things have worked out. Whereas my ranked MMR, I let that decay a little more. Like some seasons, it's my ranked MMR has been higher, but this season not so much. What we're going to be doing is the Phoenix Colossus build. The way we start this out is we open double gas, gas on 14, gas on 15, and then we get Mothership Core and Expansion. Mothership Core is the first unit we get with our gas, and then once we start our expansion, we're going to throw 3 on each geyser. After the expansion, then we'll be able to get Stargate fairly quickly, and that's why I put this pylon over here. So we got the Mothership Core, and we got our expansion coming up. Just going to go ahead and set screen hotkeys. Screen hotkeys very good to just always do. There's never a reason to not have screen hotkeys. We're not going nuts trying to hide it, but I mean, it's good to put a little effort into hiding your tech. It makes the Terran have to work a little harder. It's not that our strategy is contingent on it, but you just don't want things to be too easy. You know, it doesn't hurt. Like, this actually, we want pylons there anyway, because it's spots for drops. So it's both hiding our tech a little bit and also serving a function. Plus, it's like serving 3 or 4 functions because it's also getting the Stargate slightly closer to the person's base, which is specific to this map, but it's still worth noting. And then right as this is finishing, go ahead and throw down a gas geyser there, because this is a heavy gas opening. And one of the things this Oracle does, and one of the big reasons why we're opening with an Oracle, is it lets us see whether he's on one base or not. And it gives us this information at a very critical time, because it's right at the time where we're deciding whether we're going to make Colossus or not. If we see he's on 2 bases, he already has a second command center, which he does, we're just going to go straight into Colossus production. And this guy's actually, he skipped his most of his barracks in favor of oh Jesus. Well, this Stalker's dead, but my Mothership Core needs to live. Well, this is slightly worrisome. One problem is that our whatchamacallit? Oh no! Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. What was I saying? One problem was that our robo was a little late, so it was hard starting well, maybe stop making, huh? Come on. Our robo was a little late, so our mortal production is delayed. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna sack this probe so we can. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Now we're gonna restart our expansion. We're just gonna chase him back to the watchtower, then come back. No reason to go nuts with that. There we go. And he's trying to go up to 2 bases, so we're gonna be greedy and start our Colossus tech. Could have warped in some gateway units, but gateway units are not usually what helps you hold off pushes like that. Like the Void Rays and the Immortals were far more instrumental than anything else would have been. Far more instrumental. Restarting probe production. So you got our pylons here to spot for drops. And we're gonna have Vikings eventually, so we're gonna start making Phoenix. We're have to get a second Immortal, and we're also going to get a second Observer. And then, actually, what do I want to do? You know, I'm going to follow my rule, the usual rule for this build, which is we only start Phoenix production after we have Thermal Lance started, so that's why I canceled that. Gonna go and transfer probes. Almost got enough. Warping in more zealots just because we have the minerals for it. Just kidding, I still have more minerals than I meant to. Okay. So now we will soon be starting. Oh, and this is just the worst possible place I could have sent that. Oh, but we're just looking at his front here. Oh, this is going to be ugly. Oh, that went well. It's okay, because Widow Mines, they don't have multiple shots in them. Like, they only get... Oh, that's unfortunate. Once we have Phoenix, that'll be less of an issue. But they can't shoot twice before you get a Observer out, so you never have to worry about Widow Mines too much. Really not that great a form of harass. Their main strength isn't distracting you. So yeah, good to keep in mind. Shouldn't have chrono boosted that because I actually need to wait for 200 gas and then another 100 gas for Phoenix. Let's see if we can avoid getting pylons. So we're not in the worst shape. I know I delayed his expo. He killed some probes. It's hard to know exactly how much all that costs. Let's see where that rallied to. That's a good place. That's a good place. Actually, what we're going to do, because he's being so sneaky, is we're going to start patrolling our Phoenixes. Oh, that looks like a good draw. Let's see if he's... Alright, he does not have enough Vikings for that to matter too much, so we'll just get Zealots. I guess I want upgrades. And by I guess I want upgrades, I mean I definitely want upgrades. We're skipping the Twilight Council. Even though I would kind of like to have charge, we don't have the gas. Yep. That went well. Phoenix is super good. Pylons are also a good unit. So once upon a time, I was a really fan of like a 2-base play at some point. But one, this is such a weird opening that I'm not sure where the timing window is for me to attack. And two, it's kind of I don't know, it's just hard to do. I don't like it all that much. So we're going to take a expansion instead of taking instead of trying to attack. We're going to use all that we've done to get an economic lead instead of just trying to straight up win. Now since we have all of these lovely Phoenix, we're going to start taking map control with them. He's not on the tower, so I don't have to worry about that. We're going to start checking for bases and whatnot. Yep, like this. Let's see if we can lure his Vikings out. Actually, he has quite a few Vikings, so we're gonna not do that. So let's get some more Stalkers since he has so many Vikings. More gateways in general would be good right now. More pylons would be good in general right now too. And he's starting to move out on the map, so this is actually not where we want to be with our army right now. We want to be in a place where we can defend our third. We really want charge, and we really want pylons out on the map. Do not think I had enough Colossus. Oh, just kidding. I completely crushed that. One of the irritating things about Phoenix is they tend to just run into Widow Mines. That's pretty OP. Yep. I try to do things that are overpowered. Because, I mean, I don't know how else you would play. It's like, oh, I'm only going to do the most fair and balanced strategy. It's like, no, you're trying to find exploits in the game. That's what the whole idea is. It's what the whole idea is. Oh, there we go. GG. That was a bit of a weird game because he was so aggressive early on. I'm gonna look at the replay really quick to see how he did that, because I wasn't expecting Marauders when he had that factory and starport coming up so soon. Because usually people either have 3 barracks and some units to attack with, and they won't have a factory or starport, or they'll have 3 barracks and they'll have units to attack with. But he both had units to attack with and had the factory and starport. So I'm quite curious quite curious. And you notice that we never got Templar in that game. You have to be on 3 base economy before you can think about adding Templar to Phoenix Colossus, because the Stargate and robotics facility takes up all your gas, especially with upgrades and charge. We put pylons down here because I was going to start doing zealot counterattacks. The Phoenix harass, that was good, but it's not sustainable because they just put up turrets and then you can't do it anymore. Whereas zealot counterattacks without, planetary forces galore, you're always going to be able to do. And even, like, he was already on 3 bases with all orbital commands, so no matter what, I'm always going to be able to run zealots in here and run zealots in here, even if his 4th is a planetary fortress. So he went barracks 12-ish, got gas kind of early. Okay, so he just made Marauders on 1 tech lab. That's pretty cool. Just constant Marauder production with fairly early double gas. Let's see, he got normal. I kind of want to see the exact gas timing. I could have looked at this in the build order, but it will. Or, been paying attention the first time through, but I didn't really want to do that. So he's going to go barracks on 12, probably. And then gas on 12. Gas on 12. Okay, so it's just, like, if you're doing a Reaper opening, you would do gas first, then barracks, and so for this Marauder opening, you do barracks first, then gas, apparently. So that's cool. That's pretty cool. And then he just stays on 1 gas for a little bit, and then takes the second one before anything else, I think. Yep. And then this gives him enough to have both Marauders and a factory and a starport. And he goes for this Marauder slow, which, I don't know if you noticed, but my Immortal was getting hit by that, which was a little frustrating. So yeah, this was a cool opening. I let him be aggressive. The only problem was, Void Rays and Immortals are pretty good against Marauders, so I was able to hold it off. But yep, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time.